check it out, check it, check it out, check it, check it, check it out, check it.
Hey, Greg and the CE call me hip hop junkie. Straight to your dome piece like Grass Monkey. All I wanna know, do you wanna get funky? CNC beats be kicking.
All right, and welcome back to the Dig Podcast. We are here with Miss Desiree Kepler. She is a 2026 Libero, and we're going to get to know her a little bit. So, welcome, Desi. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I can't complain one bit. I think every day we can thank the Lord for at least waking us up, right? And you should always have something to be thankful for. So, happy to have you on this episode, and we're going to get to know you as a player and as a person. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to give you the microphone now, and I want you to tell us, who you are and what position you play, hype up your school, and what club do you play for?
I am Desiree Kepler. I am a Libero DS. I go to Union County High School in Indiana, and I play for Rev Volleyball Academy.
Okay, so you go to school in Indiana, and is it my understanding that you live in Ohio? Is that correct?
So I had the choice to choose between an Ohio school and an Indiana school, and the decision making was pretty easy. I love Union County. I love everything they do, and then their volleyball program is always amazing.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. How far away is the school from where you live?
So it's not as far. It's only like I would say 15 minutes, and then Towanda would be around, which is the other school was the option, would be around 10 to 13.
Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm from Texas, right? And in coaching, hundreds and hundreds of players over 25 years, like we've seen players travel hours just to attend a school because they want to attend a different school, right? So for us, Texas is so big, and it literally takes hours to travel somewhere. Seeing someone travel 15 minutes to another state is kind of foreign to us, but that's awesome. Okay, so being a libero, you're entering your this is your senior year. You guys have started the season already,
Yes.
and how's it going so far?
We're going great. We're really working together. We're finding each other's strengths, finding what we like best about each other, like working with each other, and just getting the groove on and seeing our competition and playing the best we can together.
Yeah, it's when a fall sport happens, right? You get like a couple of weeks of training in the summer, and then you got to get to tryouts, and then the hardest part about being a high school coach, I think, is like trying to find different lineups and find the one that gels together, and really getting the players to buy into their roles, right? And every year's different. You got freshmen coming in, they don't really know. You got seniors looking to go out on top. It's a pretty big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when did you first get into volleyball?
I was always a softball cheer person, and then when I was in an elementary, there was a gym that was always had volleyball practice, and I just remember always seeing these tall girls slam these balls down, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to do that!" But my little short self, I couldn't do that. So when COVID hit, I finally got the opportunity to step away from softball and cheer and see what else I can compete in because I was like, well, being smaller and I can't really compete with these strong buff girls. So I got to find a sport that I can compete with somebody that is way taller, way stronger, and still beat them at their own game. So volleyball.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk about that a little bit. So you mentioned being on the smaller side, on the shorter side. I'd like to call myself a shorty as well. I'm only like 5'8". My license says 5'8". My fiance says no, I'm like 5'5". But but I totally understand and get where you're coming from, being on the smaller side. I played every sport growing up, and when you're going up against players who are taller than you, I mean, you're kind of at a disadvantage. So talk to us a little bit. Talk to the listeners and tell them, what is that like being a shorter player and going up against adversity?
So the only difference really is your vertical and how tall you can get up there. But for me, mine is it's me versus the ball. It's not events against the other player. You can be 5'4" and you can bounce it. I like to think as long as that ball is up and as long as we are protecting that point, we are fine. I mean, I can steal your highlights, I can take whatever, and you can steal my highlights because it's just an even boundary. You got your front court,
Yeah,
and I got just because I'm on the shorter end doesn't mean I can't get there fast. So I really like the
exactly.
like Lainey Choboy. She's on the shorter end and she's amazing. She can get to anything very fast.
I agree 1000%. And I think like, for us being on the shorter side, there's a different mentality to like put yourself in the best position. You got to read the ball a little bit earlier, maybe make a couple of steps, and you can have the same range as a taller player, right? Then that's what I like to teach the players that I coach as well. It's like you don't have to be 6 foot tall to play this game,
Mhm.
right? The game's played above the net and below the net, and
Mhm.
everyone has a role. So I agree wholeheartedly with you on that, right?
Yeah,
Perfect, perfect. So let's take that advice, right? Let's say you're going into your senior year,
yeah.
and you have some freshmen coming into their first year. You know, did you always have that mentality at the very beginning, or did it take time to like attain that knowledge and then win?
It definitely took a lot of time, I would say. Around my end of sophomore year, starting junior year, I realized that I was a perfectionist and I was like really down on myself. But having a mistakes are meant to happen. It's a game of mistakes. I've learned to evolve into a positive mindset. So I also posted on my Instagram about how a different mentality can definitely help you get farther. So, like for instance, if I shank a ball, I'm like, okay, serve to me next time. Everybody makes mistakes. Instead of the please don't serve to me mentality, it's definitely evolved, and I definitely want more of the court.
But like you said, it took a couple of years to get that, right? So what would your advice be, knowing what you know now in that next ball mentality, right?
Mm.
What advice would you give a seventh grader, an eighth grader, or someone coming into high school and having all that pressure to try to get that mentality earlier? What advice would you give them?
I would say always think positive, always do your best, because I've learned to control what you can control. And the best advice I could give, which I actually have gave to my freshmen, is to stay calm and to just be in the moment. So don't be down on yourself just because you made that mistake, because you're about to get the next one. So that's kind of the way I run with being a senior and taking on that role and giving you
I
advice.
love that. No, that's solid. And you're using a lot of phrases that like I use on a daily basis, literally. Like I truly believe my mentor at a young age taught me control what you can control, right? And
Mhm.
if we put that worry on other things that are outside of our control, we're just gonna fight a losing battle, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. Love that you said all that. And you've had the opportunity to give that advice to players already. So that's perfect. Beautiful. So you had mentioned, you know, putting yourself in a position to kind of forget about the mistake. Right?
Mhm.
We're gonna. You said it's a game of mistakes.
Yeah.
We're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
Um, what are some things that you do, like self talk, right? What are some things that you do on the court in the heat of the moment when a mistake happens? How do you shake it off?
For myself, I always think I've trained for this moment. I know I can do it, and I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't know I could do it. So to me, every mistake is one close to success. So making that wrong time in the heat of the game, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna fix it. I feel like adaptability is a big thing, and between the points, I always tell myself, I'm here for a reason. I got this, and I can show what I can bring to the table, and that helps me. And I just cool down. I take a deep breath, and I'm like, I got this. And then my team is there to support me and be behind me on these big heated moments, and I'm there for them as well.
That is beautiful. So like that inner belief in your abilities, and like you've trained for this. You're here. You've done this before. It's nothing new. You can get the next ball. That's beautiful. Beautiful. So do you think like is it that positive mentality and ability to shake off mistakes? Do you think that's what separates you from other players in your same position?
I would definitely say that, yes. And then also, I always want to be 1% better every day. I mean, I'm so addicted to getting better. And even if I don't see the progress, the result always shows. So I feel like me as a player, I'm not only here to make myself better, but those around me so that the team can succeed as well. So, say, yes, I'm doing my job, but I see someone not doing or getting down on theirs. I'm like, okay, you got this. I know you can kill it. Like, you're going to get the next one. So not only am I helping myself, but I feel like positivity as a team and pushing each other is the best way to succeed as your own.
We're gonna pause right now. I want to pause right now because you're dropping some serious dimes on this conversation. Like these are I see explosions coming out, and I'm so happy because you know what you sound like right now.
What?
You sound like a like a coach. You sound like later on in life you're gonna do some type of leading position. I don't know what it's gonna be in, but you're gonna be a leader because of everything that you're saying right now, and the fact that you truly believe in helping others and stuff. So I just want to commend you for these awesome viewpoints. Great job.
I actually do want to be a coach when I'm later.
Do it. I'm a coach. I've been coaching too long. It's kind of like it's a lifestyle. You have to really love kids and really love giving to others. So sounds like you do.
Mhm.
So let's talk about where you get all this from. Okay. So yes, studying other players, playing the game, learning by doing. Are there any other role models that you've had so far? Are there any other family, friends, teammates, coaches, administrators, teachers? Who are your mentors, whether they know it or not?
I would definitely say my family pushes me and my friends push me to be better, but they're not very volleyball knowledgeable. So I would definitely to orient it towards more of the volleyball side of things.
Hmm.
I give my full credit to uh, my club coaches and my high school coaches because they have taught me more to be better not only on just the court but as an individual. And I would say they push me and motivate me every single day because I can sit back and be like, you really took your time to make me better, and I'm here to fully invest in that.
That like hit me in the heart because I am a coach, and if I heard a player say that about me, like that would just be the ultimate reward. But you're keeping it general right now, and this is a positive thing, and I kind of want them to be heard. So name drop. Who are some of these coaches that have given you this outlook?
I would say Coach Kim, who's coached at IU East, she's coaching there right now. She was there for me at my previous coach season. She's definitely helped me the most. And my high school coach, Coach Allie, she definitely helps me. She's there for me. And I'd say my definitely all time when I was my mindset as well is
Hmm.
Coach. She coaches at TI, and she was the start of my player inspiration at all. Like I always wanted to be a better player, but she pushed that to next level of my mentality. She
Mm.
saying that has always stick to me is that I would rather have six of you short little ones on the court than tall people.
Yeah, yeah. That's all. That's awesome. To what did you feel like whenever you heard things like that? Did
I
that raise your confidence?
rewarded, and I just know that I put so much into training for not only for myself but for them because I know they take their time for this. And so to gain such a trustful connection with all my previous coaches, it's an amazing for them to believe in me and be there for me. So
That's
it's definitely
beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I hope they listen to this podcast, and I hope they, understand the impact that they've had on you. So, as a coach, just want to really appreciate you shouting them out because sometimes it's a thankless position. You know, sometimes you don't hear it until later on when that player has become a coach themselves. They come back and be like, "Now I know what you're talking about." So it's not all like sunshine and roses, that's all the good stuff. Let's talk about sometimes to where you've had some adversity, right? And every player has, whether that's on the court or off the court. Could be teammates, could be competition, could be losses, could be family, friends. drama, could be a lot of things, without name dropping on the negative side. What are some adverse situations that you've dealt with so far?
I've definitely dealt with a rough team of getting motivated and wanting to push themselves and wanting to be really and step up and be that team.
Mm-hmm.
So being the only one that really wanted that, it was definitely a difficult situation for me. But I always thought like being there for them was all I had to be to better myself, even if they weren't there for me or there for themselves. And if they didn't take it as serious, well, I did. So as long as they're succeeding and I'm helping them, that's all that mattered to me. No matter how difficult it was for us to be a team, I still wanted us to be that team that brought in those efforts, that brought in together. And in the end, we did work it out, and we did get that team standard. So,
Where did you get that? Where do you get this natural, like, positive mentality from?
I would say I've actually been growing on it. So I've always was a negative Nancy when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
like in like the beginning of volleyball. But then when I realized, and I was like, wait, let me just sit back and realize that if I'm positive, I'll go a lot farther, not only in just the sport, but in my life as well. And so I started seeing that big change in like school
Mm-hmm.
and is now I'm a class officer. Now I have a 3.9 GPA. Now I'm doing all this stuff, not just succeeding in on the court.
That is awesome. So, we always talk about sports, kind of teaching life lessons, right? I'm a big believer that whether you're a coach or a player, it teaches you some things. Life is, I always say, life is undefeated.
Yes.
Life always wins, right? And adverse situations happen. So for us to be able to grow in those situations just shows, you know, the growth that you have as an individual. So I commend you for learning through those times and trying to become a better person every day. It's something that we all should do. So thank you. Appreciate you being like that. That's awesome to get to know you, right? And hopefully any college coach that is watching right now can really see you being genuine as a person, and this is who you are. So let's kind of talk about, let's shift gears a little bit. What if you were to have a choice, what would you be looking for in a college program that you would like?
So majoring in business because I want to start my own volleyball club. Um, I had noticed that it is good to be with a credible business program, but at the end of the day, any business program can be a great program.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really academically looking for anything specific,
Okay.
but sports wise, because I want that experience to take me to the next level as a coach and be there for players, I want to be kind of surrounded by a positive culture because I know that I won't grow as a player if I don't have that surroundment that just pushes you and pushes you. Because yes, yes, I could grow obviously with my mindset and everything, but I want to grow to the max I can.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to bring out that max potential for not just me, but for anybody and everybody is to be in an environment that wants 100% for you and for them. So I think that definitely positive team culture is a big thing for me, and bringing that competition to each other is very big for
Yeah,
my.
and that's how we get better, is we get pushed, right? And you got to put yourself in difficult situations sometimes, not because you enjoy pain or anything, but because you want to challenge yourself, and that's the only way to grow, right?
Yeah.
I firmly believe that, and like there's many sports stars that I follow that have talked about they only succeed because they failed so many times.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I always like look at failure as just an opportunity to grow.
I agree.
Right. Awesome. So you want a coach that wants to push you and make a good team atmosphere.
Yeah.
Awesome. So speaking of, college coaches and they look at thousands of players, right? What would you want them to know about Desi? What do you want them to know about Desi Kepler that they can't see? Not the physical volleyball stuff, but you as a person. What are some attributes that you want them to know about?
I feel that mentally I'm there more for the program, and that not just physically, like, yes, everybody needs skill, but I am there 100% every single day, not because I have to, but because I want to. And I want to be the best there is, not only physically, obviously, but in my mind, because you can't win without a winning mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say the hustle that it takes mentally, the obstacles that I will go through, I'm completely prepared to go through them. I'm ready to take those steps. I'm ready to be uncomfortable, and I'm ready to be challenged.
All right. Give Desi Kepler a look, everybody. If you're watching this, I want you to know that this young lady is more than just a volleyball player. She is somebody that sounds like she is going to just motivate everybody around her. You're motivating me, and I'm just listening to you right now. So I, I really appreciate it. Um, so let's okay, that's perfect. You want college coaches to know that you're going to help bring out the best in everybody, um, and you're going to really care about their program, right? So
Yes.
let's talk about Desi. All right, are there any pregame rituals that you have? What's some things that you have to do before every game?
Okay, so this is kind of a superstition and a
Uh-huh.
tradition. I have to wear short socks.
Short, like ankle no
Like,
shows.
it doesn't matter. I have to. I cannot, like, I'll be on my A game with short socks because I don't like the feeling of long. I never did. And all my teammates say their mission is to get me off of short socks.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill. That short socks is where it's at.
Why is that? What's does it like bother you? Does it just feel weird on like your
Yes.
calves?
Not only does it look unproportional, but because on the shorter side, I'm looking like I have no legs. And
It's
so,
like shoe
yeah,
knee pad.
she will text me, and they'll, like, on Instagram from my highlights, and they'll be like, "How tall are you?" I'm like, "Oh, 4'11" and a quarter." And they're like, "You look so much taller." And I'm like, "It's all about the proportions."
Short socks. Short socks,
So,
everybody. If you want to look taller, wear short socks.
yep.
You got it here from Desi Kepler. We're gonna promote. You're gonna get an NIL deal from some short sock company from this straight up. Beautiful. So let's shift gears now outside of volleyball, right? We know you love volleyball, and it started at a young age after softball and cheer. But let's talk about what other hobbies, interests do you have outside of volleyball?
So I love to be really involved with my community. I don't even know how many clubs, but I love to design things, choose things, and make events. I'm student council, National Honor Society, class officer, and I'm in it's called Spanish Club, and I'm in the mathematics club and social studies
Wow.
and choir and musical. But I love to just be involved, so it gives me something to do and be around people and meet new friends, because I never would have met those people in musical without music.
Yes.
And now they're like my bestest friends. So it's really gave me experiences, and I love experiencing new things. So I definitely love that side of things outside of volleyball.
Personally, and I know we don't know each other that well, but like when I was in middle school and high school, I was super shy. I mean, I'm talking like when I was real little, I'd hide behind my mom's leg when they would introduce us to, family and friends that I didn't know. I'd be like, I'm hiding. But now, I think maybe junior, senior years when I kind of started to break out of my shell a little bit, right? I wasn't in a lot of clubs or activities, but looking back on it now, I wish I was,
Hmm.
right? So like you said, you've started to see different people, and it kind of opens up your eyes to like different perspectives and just being social, right?
Hmm.
I love it. Do you have a best friend, multiple best friends? Who are
I
they?
definitely have multiple, and they definitely I have volleyball best friends that are definitely gonna be for lifers,
Mm-hmm.
and I have my school best friends that not only push me academically, but they're there for me outside of sports, and they see me as me, and I can never be more grateful for them. And I definitely have my musical friends that we go through our practices, and we're like, oh my gosh, like this is, and then we see the result, and we're like, this is amazing. We
Yeah,
never went.
yeah. All working together and then putting it all together at the end. Speaking of music, what are you listening to? What's Desi listening to outside of volleyball? And then what are you listening to get you pumped up for a match?
I would definitely say outside of volleyball, I would say Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey,
You're a Swifty. Uh-oh.
and then in to get into like my zone, I would say anything upbeat. I need something that's like bam, 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 so I
Mm-hmm.
can like everything gets up and I feel a little bit warmer. Like on the way to practice, it's like an hour and 30-minute drive. My dad will have his music, and I'm over here with my AirPods, like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Getting that blood pumping, already going.
yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We're going to go ahead and pause a little bit, if you don't mind.
yeah,
And we're going to do a series of what I call hot seat questions. I'm going to put you on the hot seat. Sound good?
yeah.
All right. So, if you have you ever played a game called word association? Basically, that's like I say a word and you shout out the first thing that
Yeah.
comes to your mind. Okay, so it's that. Like if I say car, you say whatever the first thing that pops in your
Yeah.
head, right? All right. So we're gonna do a little word association, kind of with different questions, and I don't want you. These are unscripted, not prepared. I want you to just tell me the first thing that pops into your mind with the answer. Sound
Okay.
good?
Yes.
All right. Give me a second. I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to go to the hot seat questions. Uh-oh. Be scared.
Oh, I am.
They're scary. No, it's okay. You don't have to be scared. All right. Here we go. Here we go. You see them listed right now. They're on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and click the wheel and it's going to go ahead and land on one. And I want you to give me your answer. So here we go with the hot seat. And the question is, this is a good one. What is your most embarrassing moment in sports? Go.
Okay, I ran into a pool, and my second one was that I ran into chairs, and the whole row of chairs fell down after trying to save a ball.
They all fell down. Was this in school or club?
It was during club. I was running after a ball, and I landed on a chair, and it just went like dominoes, and it just went
All of them. Were there anybody sitting in the chairs?
reaction, and they're like, "Oh, like
Okay. The question that everybody's going to want to know is, did you save the ball?
no, I shanked it."
Oh, you shaked it. Okay, that's okay. But you know what? That's the effort that counts, Desi. It's the effort that counts.
Yeah,
Beautiful. That's not embarrassing at all. That's actually like a highlight reel. If I saw that on a highlight reel, I'd be like, "Oh man, this kid's hustling." Great job. All right, let's go one more. You good for one more?
yeah.
All right, here we go. That was the most embarrassing moment, which was not embarrassing at all. Let's go. Question number 2 on the hot seat is the toughest opponent you've ever faced.
Definitely Noblesville. They swing as hard as they can, and they have great back row players.
Yeah? And have you ever beat them?
No,
Come
but
close?
I mean, no, but we definitely like to put up a fight, and we definitely have the best time because they're kind of that game that makes you like just get better every time you play them.
So you're circling them on the calendar and you're like, I want to go up against the best.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that, right? And there's I don't care who you are. I don't even care if you're the number one team in the city or state. Like there's always a rival that you're going to want to go up against because they're going to test you, right? And you know, just to know that you want to be tested, I think says a lot about who you are as a player. So, again, commend you for that. Great job. So, let's talk a little bit about recruiting, right? Let's talk a little bit about, where are you in the recruiting process, and have you started it at all? If not, what level are you at? And then do you have any questions?
I would say my recruiting, I definitely started the beginning of my sophomore year. And I've had talked to quite a few colleges, and I am very grateful for all the opportunities that they've given me or looked at me. And I want to say that I'm still open,
Okay.
and I think that all the colleges that are interested in me now have brought out their own competition and something that I am definitely looking for. But there's still colleges out there that I could still see myself going to.
For
So.
sure, absolutely, and I hope you don't stop communicating with them. Right, build that relationship with those college coaches, and then you'll really get to know, is it a good fit?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's my ultimate advice to anybody. It's really, don't go for big names, or don't go for trying to put that awesome Instagram highlight, or Instagram post that says I committed to this school. But really look for, like, what's going to give me the best opportunity to grow as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my advice. I know you didn't ask for it, but I'm giving it to you.
Yeah.
And in just speaking of the podcast episode, what are some lasting comments to potential colleges that may be watching? What are some last things that you just want them to know about you, or what to expect moving forward?
I would say that I'm ready to be the best fit for whoever it is, and that if you decide on, say, you're interested in me, I will not disappoint.
I love it. I love it. All right. So Miss Desi Kepler, 2026 Libero, 4'11" and a quarter, I might add. And you got to put that quarter in there.
Yeah.
I know from personal experience, every little bit helps. I just want to thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you so much. I'm sure this is not the first time that we're going to talk to you. I may invite you for a second, episode, and catch up on you and see how you're doing throughout the school season. Are you going to play another year of club?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
With
And you're going to
Rev.
play for Rev? All right, perfect. Well, what we'll do is, for everyone that's watching, I'll share Desi's information on the next slide at the end of this podcast, where to find her highlights, and how to contact her with her social media handles and everything. Desi, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I really thank you for being on the podcast. If you ever need anything, just feel free to hit us up, and I will definitely be there for you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and hopefully you'll enjoy this episode. And if you want to be a guest, please feel free to send me a message and we can start the process. But thank you all for watching.